Check. Levels. I have substantially increased the production value of the N0 SSC Studio. First of all, I have behind me, what appears to be a black screen, but if I turn off my... I wish OBS had a better way of doing filters without clearing, color correction, chroma key. You can see I have a green screen. Actually, let me try something even cooler. I also have an NDI stream on my phone. And if I go to it, holy cow, look at that. You can see everything. I can like spin this around. I gotta fix my wife's Chromecast really quick. Because every time she tries to connect to Chromecast, it just doesn't show up. So bear with me. Meanwhile, I have this project that I've been putting together. See, this is kind of neat. It might be kind of choppy because it's a Wi-Fi. It's like literally using my, if I show you here, 1080p. It's using my iPhone as an NDI stream, which is some magic. But you can see over here, I have this just catastrophe. So I ordered a, well, not there, here. There we go. Yeah. Gotta mute that. I have this catastrophe over here where I ordered this computer, an Optiplex 980, and the guy who I trust very much, he's been trying to help me fix it. He said it was working and booting like before when he shipped it out. And, well, then he shipped it, and now guess what? It's not. I know, the Chromecast is broke. I'm working on two things at once. Okay. Dang it, I'm reconnecting it now. Yeah, so this is the downfall of my stream, right? So I've got a Chromecast here. Go away. Reconnect. And that's what I have to do. All right, it's reconnected. Anyways, it turns on, it doesn't post, and it gives me there's a diagnostic LED kit on the side there when it turns on. And eventually when it stabilizes, I get the numbers 2 and 4 and the power light of blue. It's blue light, blue power light, whatever, words. And that says the graphics card isn't working, which is that guy right here. And I've done about 5 hours of work on this, and I've had a lot of computers come through my wasteland, right? And it's not been fruitful whatsoever. So turn this off. And the guy, oh yeah, it got demolished in transit. Let me show you the pictures. Actually, so I'm assuming it didn't look like this when it what the heck? I can't use computer. Too dumb. How to computer. Here's another angle. I'm sure that box has seen better days. Like that box is probably brand new when it got shipped out in California. And then there's this picture. This pin wasn't bent like this when he shipped it out because he had a picture of it. It got so tossed around in shipping that, I mean, you can see some separation, some bumps here. And this pin, which is a thick steel pin, like got bent at a 90 degree. So to even open it, I had to get some pliers and pull that shut or pull that open so I could slide this whole section back. Right. So huge pain. And this is not a bad spec computer. Like it was built in 2014. No, 2011. It's like the third generation Optiplex. It's a business computer, but the guy bought it for video editing, and so he had like an external external graphics card. Not a very high spec by any means, but it was enough to run, like, I just wanted to run like a little home server, Minecraft server, Plex server, that kind of thing, and also to run my radio with remote rig or remote radio, remote hams. And it was only $88 with all shipping, all told. So that's the real struggle. I do have some laptops though, so yeah, fun stuff. All right, so now with this high production. Oh, and the other thing I have is now I'm not using this anymore, which was the keyer that made the noise, the beep that I just plopped on the microphone right there. I now have, just let me use this thing right now, I guess. I have the wires still going around everywhere, so it's all still ugly. So, boom, shakalaka, in the dark, I have the 7300. Turn it on right now. The 7300 is now attached to an actual power supply sitting over there in the corner. It's a 3 amp only power supply, so it's obviously not going to be transmitting sitting here because there's no antenna. I don't have any antenna out the window. I wish I did, but that tree is technically owned by the city, and I want to put like a strap up here to put an antenna and all that stuff. But it's the city's tree because it's in this special little like traffic or the sidewalk between the sidewalk and the road. That's the city's property, so whatever. I'm trying not to bother with that. So I've got new cables made. I've got the wind keyer. And now the output of the back of the radio goes to the mixer, channel 2. And you can hear the whole stream through there. It also just sounds a lot better. It might actually be somewhat deafening, so if it's too loud, let me know. It sounds fine to me, but I'm not listening to the receive stream, which maybe I should listen to real quick. Just to make sure. Yeah, that's not too bad. You might have to adjust your volume, or just let me know if it's too loud or whatever. So, all right. So we've got the CW keyer view. I don't know what is good. This is extraneous. I don't need you. Get out of here. Just go into the pile of junk on my right side. I want to like make this very short, but actually I can do that right now with some little creative trickery. Do I have a rubber band in my vicinity? Well, yeah, I have really long rubber bands, so here's a short one. Nope, just want one. I'm really like anal retentive about wires everywhere, and I'm also really retentive about how people coil them up, right? Much cleaner. So now it's all coiled up and got some nice open space right here. The pain of the matter though is like when I set up my remote ham stuff and I'm upstairs away from the radio, I don't have the serial connection. I have to change this all to like the serial connection using a different cable to get that to work with remote hams. So whatever. So I can turn this down by actually so it's not deafening. And then I want to actually learn some CW. So I've got the Cinder. And sorry. Shush. Wait, I'm not touching it. I think that was just touching it though. And then I've also got the receiver. I always like sending the receiver is my brain, by the way. I always like sending practice better. Stay there. Can't get it any further back. But I'm gonna try to work some code groups again. Or no, what were we doing a couple weeks ago? We were doing like words. trying to understand a couple words. So I'm going to go down to like really short words. So my CW Academy, we started on words, but 2-letter words. So like A, or 1 to 2 letters. So A, I, is, as, O, like, oh, okay, that sort of thing. So I'll play this a bit, see how this sounds. My cats are yelling in the background. Turn this down a little bit. And this is going really fast. W-O-B. Nope. O-A, no, M-A-X. I don't know. It's too busy screwing around. I don't know. Dot. Odd. Huh. I don't think it was Sal. Sad. Like I am when I don't know Morse code. Go. Tab. Jim. Bag? Bag. Got it. At. That was Lee. Hit. Tax. Pin. Got it. Oak. Don't know. Play it again. Win. That sounded almost just like the same, almost like the last one. But it wasn't. I guess I got confused there. So what I'm trying to do here, and I'll kind of break in the middle of it, is grow my buffer of words of like letters that I have in my head while I'm listening, and then eventually go to bigger and bigger words, because I want to be able to hear like the common letter groups as one single unit. So things like ing or tion, very common like groups of words. Ing, especially like in my own name, that's ing. And then these smaller words that are used far more in the English language are going to end up being like their own sound unit, if that makes any sense. Instead of 3 or 2, like instead of a number of specific characters, a word is apple is not A-P-P-L-E. That's how it's spelled, but apple is not pronounced A-P-P-L-E. It's pronounced apple, and that's just the way that it sounds. It's like there's a pronunciation of the words that are together, similar to how Morse code, a word is sent in a specific pronunciation. Even though it's an amalgamation of all the words, a lot of the characters will kind of run into each other. And if you hear a certain character and then another character, they not really overlap or, like mix it. But they all together sound like something different. And I've been repeatedly using the word test because CQ contest or even CQ or any of the pro signs as kind of proof or an example. That's TEST, which is test. A lot of people will call CQ contest. Sometimes the S's are hard, right? And sometimes they're so fast that it all runs together. Like, how are you possibly supposed to know what that's saying? Like that. But because of context, you know, he's calling CQ contest. That word, that da 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 da, just is test, and so pin on screen is always going to be, and eventually it's going to sound like just kind of all running into each other. Now, not to say to avoid spaces altogether, because spaces are an important part. Like timing is an important part of Morse code. You still want to space those words apart. Common names too, like Lee or Ed. Like here's it, Lee. You just know that that's Lee or Ed. E. Even though that makes the L sound. I'm like struggling. That one. You can almost hear the name Ed as the word or the letter L. Dang it. I wish I was a better, you know, demonstrator of this. But I'm trying to work on this higher speed because this is where head copy, I think if I could graph it, the slower you go, it's actually a lot harder to get up to a point where you're conversational, like you're proficient in a conversational sense, where the speeds of like your hand and your brain kind of work together and it kind of flows. If you're going very, very slow, it's more likely you're going to be saying, you're going to be hearing letter by letter by letter and then spelling it out in your head, which has been my biggest like challenge. If I go up here to like, you know, max, people will start out in Farnsworth timing, which is just very spaced out characters, which is okay. And as you get better, you decrease that spacing, right? Which is, you know, just how I think that's how everyone learns. But I don't know where I was going with this. You learn to decrease those spaces. Man, I had such a good point, and then I looked at my watch and I realized it's not on Do Not Disturb, and then that's what happens. Let's try to recover from that. Basically, it's a good word to like just fill in there. Dang it, I'm just going to go off and do something else. All right, forget that. I'll come back to it in a minute. I'm going to finish this word lesson. Ink. Pet, not pen. It's not SAR. Saw. So that the last one, you kind of see what I'm getting at with this buffer. Like I remember the letters SA. Oh, and now I remember where I was going with this. When you're going slow, you're counting. You're not counting. But you're spelling out each word as letters. And in my mind, that's really hard because if I'm hearing a person coming across as, I wonder if I can just slide this in the coming across as like, what is your name? Oh, it's Max, and they go, nope. I didn't send that. And I'm thinking M-A-X. And then once I have all of those three letters together, I can then figure out, oh, that's Max. But it's really hard for when you're doing like longer words, like say his name is Claudio, because I have a person's business card. His name is Claudio. Start over. I'm thinking the first letter is C, the second letter was L. By that point, I forgot what the rest of them were. But over time, you get better and better, and you can kind of start to hear like groups of words, like maybe CL. like that. And then audio, it's its own word. Nope. Nope. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. And you can start to put together little groups, like maybe you hear CL, AU, DO, something like that. So as you get better and better, then this comes with a lot of time and a lot of QSOs. Or a lot of putting yourself to the paces on LCWO, right? Like I'm trying to do. We. Bar. Is that USS? It was. Lie. The other thing I have is a buffer of the actual sound, which I'm trying to get away with. I'm trying to get rid of, not get away with. I remember the second word was P, because I remember it was didad. I remember the second letter was didadad, which I'm later going back and saying that's P, and then I forgot what this third letter was, and maybe if I'm filling it in, maybe it was ape, but I don't remember what the sound of the third letter was. And I was all wrong. That was A-G-E, age, which... Age. I should know better, right? Ray. And sometimes I get good. I keep, with three letters, it's not hard to keep a memory of what those three letters were. But what I'm really trying to do with this higher speed is trying to avoid a buffer altogether and just like start closing that gap so words sound like words and not a set of a number of characters. It makes sense to me, but I don't know. If you're in the chat and you're thumbs up or thumbs down if you think I'm right, if you think I'm crazy. Or if you don't care, just go. Do the shrug emoji. Let's see, I got plenty of time left. What's my... Let me turn on the code. The code meter set. No. Yeah, I like that. It's at 630 hertz, so I'm going to make them both the same. Yeah. IGN, the International Gaming Network? I don't think so, but Ion. USS again, that's so not that rare, I guess. Some. J. Bat? Yeah, bet. Again, I'm remembering the character sounds and then trying to decode them in my head, like after the fact. I don't remember the third character, but I'm gonna guess it's G, bug, and I was right. B something. I don't even remember the sound of it. Ban. Buy. Say. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's an L, but that wasn't what was sent. Oh, old, like me, an old man. That wasn't it either. Oil. Pit pie. HO something. Hot. Hot like Ryan Gosling, am I right? I really like this angle. Like I did my hair because I can't get a haircut, but I went like whoosh and like I like kind of like it from this point of view. I look like a nerdy YouTube, or not a nerdy, a hot YouTube streamer. So trim my beard, which I need to shave at some point so I can wear masks. I don't think people are often sending oil, and I'm trying to think of a word that would be like it uses oil as a base, like toil or foil, but that's commonly sent in ham radio lingo. And what I'm just trying to figure out, like, here is trying to connect two word segments as one sound in general. So like all over the place, like maybe OI or IL might be useful. But generally I've noticed it's pretty hard to do that in one setting. And I don't know, I guess over time it's just going to just click. But after that, like, or until then, it's just like I'm working on this buffer of like this buffer of characters that are actually audio in my head. Like I'm listening, I hear hot, and I hear later after the fact it's sent da 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 da, and I think, okay, da 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 is H, da 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 O, T is da, or da is T, and then I go HOT, what's that spell? Hot, and then I type it down. That's the process going on in my mind, rather than there was a word that came up in the last one is Lee, like the name. And I was just like, that's Lee. That has to be Lee because L-E-E. L and E are some of my instant recognition characters that I can like just hear and know it's one of those. Like, because I've known L so well because it was a hard character. And then E is just... So I knew immediately it was E. And also, being from W0EEE, which is... I'm used to double or triple sets of E, so it just like came to me immediately, and that's what I'm trying to do with like everything. This is going to be a very, very long process, of which all 8 of you will be with me every step of the way. Normally I do wear a hat or a beanie or something because I get this rooster that goes, like, you can even kind of see it now, like there's this little thing that just goes straight up, and this all goes straight down. I have to blow dry my hair that way and basically set it like a, I don't know, I didn't know there was like real style, and I usually have like a 0 fade, so like all of this stuff would be gone, but it's not, which sucks. C'est la vie. Hats will definitely come back in style. In fact, I should wear a hat at work because I have to do this at work every day, or else I look like a scrub. And nobody at work cares about dress anymore. Everyone who's going to work in person, which I still have to, essential business, etc. We normally wear like an engineer's wardrobe, which is like a collared shirt and khakis, and you present yourself like professionally, just in case a customer or a supplier or somebody shows up and you don't want to look like have your Friday casual attire. But now everyone's just jeans, sweaters. Some people even wear shorts on nice days, just disheveled look, beards growing out, which they shouldn't be because you got to shave for wearing masks properly. Although if you're wearing a cloth mask, your shaving is probably not going to do much of a difference because it's just like preventing the flow of microbes from going directly out. And a mask, like a professional N95 mask, is designed to seal around your whole face, and any beard hair that gets in the way is going to prevent that seal. But that is like to get to the 95 percentile of, filtration. A cloth mask is nowhere near that unless you're, finding it very difficult to breathe through like several layers of cloth and paper towel. And shop towels are apparently very like close to a 95% filter, like 4 layers of shop towel, blue blue stuff, which I'm sure is going out of stock everywhere. Do a very good job at being an insert into a cloth mask, from what I've seen. Actually, from my own university, my alma mater, they've been testing like the particulate filtration rates of various like cloths and materials. It's been very cool. All right, let's keep this up. Got a few more minutes left. Fax. No one sends faxes anymore. You'd be surprised, actually. Pit. That was hard. I don't know. Ash. Is. There's a common word. It. Aid. You. No one came to me quick. Foot. I don't know. Fun, like we're having right now. Ton. Ron. Put. Pet. Nice. I did it. So one thing I noticed with these 2-letter words is like 2-letter words are going to be used, like, are omnipresent in language. So let me try something. I'm going to go to word training, set the character speed equal to the effective speed, and just restrict this to 2-letter words. And see how I do. I don't think I'll do too bad, but I'm trying really hard to like get these common words. And honestly, if I can get a list of words that are commonly used, actually, are there... So you have CW abbreviations, Q codes, English, and then all the language of words. But these aren't like the 1,000 most common words, right? These are just random words, if you will. So I'm going to go back to English. To length. See what damage we can do with that. If. So. Of. My. By. Or. Up. In. On. We. As. Me. Oh. But Bo? Before I hit enter. I am good, Ruckus Gaming. How are you? Do, not Bo. B. Took a long time. Me. Oh, it. Wow, that was bad. Oh. No. T-O-2. W-E. Weekend? Oh, wow, no. No! Hi. No, he. I'm getting distracted. Do that again. We. Okay, there it is. Again. Or an. No. In. Go. Killed it. So this would be a good kind of run of how to get these 2-letter characters. But even then, even at this speed, at full speed, at 26 words per minute, which is 20, faster than 25, I wasn't. I was still like just keeping a buffer of like that was B, that was Y, bye, that was we, or that was W, that was E, we, and then you had these other ones that were like if I look at and we. Why did I say we? It's because we is, and then at is. They almost sound. They sound very, very close. That's we, and then at is. I mean, they don't sound very similar, but they just are close enough that if you're not paying attention, it, can screw you up. So, okay. Should play this. Oh, good grief. I can't play songs. There's only one song, maybe two, that I can play on Morse code. And, of course, I have to do this in every single stream I ever do. Teach the number 4, the letter V, and a bunch of other random stuff like 6. You get the drift. In fact, my key speed is 27 words per minute. I can change the pitch. And I haven't figured out how to make this work right. I don't know. Alright. I'm done here. I gotta go to a meeting to change the world in various ways. So I'll say 73, which is... And signing off. Nope, that wasn't it. That was also out of focus. That's 7, 3. That was not 3. 73, S, K. Kind of all put together, signing off. And I'll catch you next time when I learn some Morse code online with you guys. It's been fun. Glad to have a lot of people in the chat, kind of chatting around. It's what I would hope for. If you like learning CW, click like. If you want to subscribe to me teaching you more CW, click subscribe or follow me on Twitch. You know where to find me. And I'll say sayonara. Catch you next time. Maybe tomorrow. I think I'm probably available tomorrow on 7 Central. So see y'all.